As you know, I'm retired from the NYPD, where I was a police officer, a detective, a sergeant, and I retired as a lieutenant after over 20 years. While I was a detective, I worked undercover in narcotics. I went out on the streets of the Bronx in Manhattan with a drug addict that we had arrested who was working off his case. He would introduce me to people he knew were selling drugs, dealers. And I bought marijuana, heroin, cocaine, pills, whatever was for sale. And my backup team eventually arrested those dealers. Over the course of my time as an undercover narcotics detective, I made hundreds and hundreds of drug buys. And my teams arrested hundreds and hundreds of dealers, all in the name of the war on drugs. Here we are in 2013, decades later, and nothing has changed. People continue to use drugs, and police continue to lock them up. And let me assure you that most dealers are small-time drug users who sell to support their habits. By now, after over 40 years of fighting the war on drugs, you'd think that either this war would have been won, or that we would have faced the fact that it isn't working and tried something else. Yet, from 2002 to 2012, the NYPD spent 1 million work hours arresting 440,000 people for marijuana possession, not even sales. I'm here today as a member of Law Enforcement Against Prohibition, LEAP. We are an international, non-profit organization founded in 2002 by 5 police officers. We now have well over 100 speakers in over 15 countries. And they're police officers, prosecutors, judges, DEA agents, U.S. Marshals, corrections officers. And we have over 40,000 civilian supporters. Our mission, LEAP's mission, is to educate people about what occurs out on the front lines of our failed drug policy. Many Americans believe it is a major waste of this country's resources for us to be putting so much time and money and lives into arresting and prosecuting people for non-violent crimes. Drug users who are harming no one should be left alone, or if they wanted, given treatment. When we arrest people, we cause more harm than drugs do. A felony conviction makes it extremely difficult, even impossible, to have a career, to get a job, or housing, or education. The right to vote is lost for many in this country with a felony conviction. The effect of incarceration on families and neighborhoods is devastating. This war on drugs hurts people more than drugs do. Drug addiction is a public health matter, not a matter for criminal justice. I don't see any role here for law enforcement. We need to spend our time and resources arresting criminals who truly threaten public safety, instead of chasing after non-violent drug law offenders. They say insanity is doing the same thing over and over, and each time expecting a different result. This country's drug policy is a perfect example of insanity. Many police officers in this country have spent their entire careers risking their lives in the drug war. We've seen colleagues killed in the struggle, not to mention the many civilians, innocent men and women and children caught up in the violence because they happen to be at the wrong place at the wrong time. Maybe caught in the crossfire of a shootout over turf. We know that most drug users aren't violent. Usually they just want to be left alone, but the illegal drug trade is extraordinarily violent. Many of us have learned the war is unwinnable. We don't advocate or promote any type of drug use, but we also don't advocate wasteful, harmful, misguided policies that don't work. It's time for a new approach. We at LEAP need all the help we can get, not for ourselves. We're okay. We need the help in order to be able to help those who will have their lives damaged, some destroyed. We can't afford to continue destroying the futures of so many young people. If you want to support the work we do, the best way to do it is to join LEAP, L-E-A-P. Because if we're going to change these drug laws, we have to create a grassroots movement. Hell yeah! We've already started those changes in this country. 15 states have already decriminalized marijuana use by adults. 18 have legalized medical marijuana. Colorado and Washington have legalized, regulated, and taxed marijuana use by all adults. There are similar bills now pending in the legislatures of Massachusetts, Maine, Rhode Island, and Oregon. You can help. Go to LEAP, L-E-A-P. You've got phones? Go on your phone right now. L-E-A-P. Sign up to join us in this struggle. What's the website? Thank you. L-E-A-P.cc. L-E-A-P.cc. Thank you.